What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another Elden Ring video. Actually, our first Elden Ring video. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. I am God's Chosen One, and for those of you guys that are returning, you guys are amazing as always, man. So, this is a rune level 50 build. At first, I was just going to make it a dedicated bleed type build. However, I started, checking out the Ashes of War, and I was like, well, these are just kind of too good to pass up. So this is actually an assassin type character that utilizes multiple different status ailments, and the build is extremely fun, and it came out way better than I anticipated. But yeah, guys, this is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be doing some post commentary on the invasions and pretty much just going over my impressions, my thought process, kind of giving you guys a heads up for environmental awareness as well as situational awareness, and try to basically help you guys, get W's on invasions, at least how I do things in this area. If you guys don't know, Caria Manor is a invasion, an invader's playground. It really is. There are 3 areas. There's the bottom area, which I'm standing at right now. I'm at the very bottom. And then there's the second area, which you go up to, which is actually a platform, a bunch of platforms. And if you fall off, you die, of course. And then there's the third area, which is right where the boss is, basically the fog wall. And there's just a bunch of good enemies to fall back on and whatnot, spring traps. You'll see me do that a lot on these invasions. But yeah, let's go over the build, see what we are rocking, see what equipment we are rocking. Sorry, can't talk. In the right hand, we are rocking the Cold Vulgar Militia Saw +4, and as well as the Reduvia. Also, I know where to get a Sombering Smithing Stone, but I just haven't gotten it for this character yet. In the right as well, we're rocking Rogier's. I don't know how to say his name. Rogier's Poison Rapier +9, and in left hand we're rocking the Reduvia as well. For our armor, we're rocking the Bandit Mask as well as the Caden Armor, Caden Gauntlets, and Godric Soldier Greaves. For our medallions, or our talismans, we're rocking the Arsenal Charm as well as the Crimson Amber Medallion +1. Let's go over our status. We are soul level, or rune level, 50, 24 vigor, 11 mind, 14 endurance, 18 strength, 25 dex, 9 intelligence, 8 in faith, and 20 in arcane. I was going to use urgent heal on this build. However, I needed 2 more points into faith, and I didn't want to put 2 more points into faith. So there's no using urgent heal on this character, unfortunately. All our damage is right there on the right hand side, and we are sitting at 27 poise. But yeah, guys, that is the build. That was the intro. And yeah, guys, just remember, you're hunting, not chasing. So yeah, I'll see you guys inside the invasions. Catch you guys all on the next one. Peace!
You're hunting deer, not chasing it.
So, first thing I kind of want to point out here is the difference between Soulsborne games and Elden Ring currently in terms of invasions, right? Is that Soulsborne games have always had that vibe of whenever you invade as like you're kind of like the predator, kind of, you know what I mean? You're always stalking your prey, checking things out and whatnot, and you are like there to hunt, pretty much, right? However, in Elden Ring, it seems like that has just it's just escalated or elevated above what the Soulsborne games could offer in terms of that, because now there's so much verticality to these areas that it brings a whole new like vibe to the game, and you have to invade differently on this game as well. So you can't invade like you invaded in DS3. This is completely different. You have to pick your opportunities, when to come in, when to kind of, get out and stuff like that. This is really like you are really stalking and hunting and waiting for your opportunities in Elden Ring as opposed to Souls. Even a 2v1 is extremely hard at this point. You know what I mean? You really have to be decked out, and I'm pretty decked out with this character. I do quite a bit of damage, you'll see. But you just have to be really decked out in terms of damage output in order for that to happen. And a lot of people also play passive, so it doesn't allow for certain Ashes of War, to really work. So that's one thing I wanted to just make a statement about, guys. Also, another thing is right there, you saw me just kind of sitting there waiting, chilling, vibing, and just scoping out what these guys were going to do. Well, you don't necessarily want to do that, otherwise you might get shot by an arrow, right? So we go over to this bush, and we sit in it for a second, and they shot a NPC. Now we're trying to at least get some kind of damage in while the NPC's in the mix, and the NPC gets wasted by the Phantom that's using the Serpent Blade. By the way, for those that don't know, that weapon hits extremely hard. So we're going to run back over here to the bush, right? Hang out inside the bush. Now, why are we hanging out inside the bush, right? So for those of you guys that don't know or don't realize, is that if you go inside of a bush, and as long as you're perfectly in the middle of the bush, you become completely invisible. The squad of co-opers cannot see you at all. So utilizing bushes are extremely effective. You'll see in better examples here later on inside the video what I'm talking about with that. But right here, we're just scoping out. Right here, they're trying to aggro another NPC. They end up doing so. So we come out of our hidey hole, our little camping site, and we try to get some damage in. And right here, I don't understand exactly what happened. I'm over here trying to get some range with Reduvia, but it just wasn't working. So we come over here, we start blendering the yellow there and bleed him out like a stuck pig. And now the host is all alone. I don't understand why he stood there. I don't know if his controller died. I don't know. I don't know if he was trying to swing through my L1s. I have no idea, guys. So right here we take out our dirty, nasty poking stick thing and just start jabbing the shit out of this host. We apply some poison, of course, and then we switch back to the saw and we start trying to apply some frostbite. So this is what I like to do. I like to keep applying as much ailments as possible. And another thing, that weapon art hits extremely hard, as you guys can see right there. But the host, and then he just got bled out too. Not looking good for the host. Oh, he gets another heal in. Now, his Ashes of War, that right there, Storm Stomp, if you get hit by it, it guarantees a hit. Right here, I stop playing around, and I take out Reduvius, and I just start bleeding him out. Just apply as much pressure as possible. He gets one free hit. You can roll after that, and bled out again. GG's, my dude. Or he died by the poison. I don't know. But GG's, boys. Good games. But yes, I like to apply all the ailments with this guy. So poison is nice and all. And right here, we're on the second invasion, pretty much. These guys ran me all the way up here right before the fog gate. A lot of big enemies up here. And then they went back. For about 20 minutes, they were gone. So I decided to use a bloody finger, and I ended up teleporting behind them with it. And we are just scoping out and seeing what they're doing. Now they're heading back up to where I just was, that I just teleported after 10 or so minutes of me just hanging out. And then they decided to start, killing all the NPCs there. By the way, right there, I almost fell down the fucking elevator shaft. I barely didn't make that mistake. So we come up around the corner. We see yellow come in like a damn wrecking ball, and we get shot and blasted in the face with the giant's big ass phalanx fucking sword. So just so you guys know, with that giant, you are not safe even though he's right there. You have to be careful, as you guys can see. You can get hit by his swords by accident. Come in there, just get the Phantom, or he could just smash you with his great sword. Try to apply our frost right there. He didn't go into it, luckily. Instantly apply frostbite. Now we're just gonna try to bleed him out. But yeah, you guys gotta watch out for that giant. He will kill you. I've had multiple instances where that damn giant has killed me. Start bleeding him out. Uh-oh. Not looking so good. Right here, I knew he was gonna try to come around. I didn't anticipate the attack. I thought he was just gonna try to run past me. Now we're gonna try to apply as much poison as possible and pressure. By the way, if you guys want a weapon to apply as much pressure or and he dies by poison, get melted. But to apply as much poison or as much pressure as possible at the end there, whenever you're trying to kill somebody, a rapier is amazing for that. So just remember that. Right here, we're up inside what I like to call the crow's nest. We are literally above them. We're not on the second platforms, but we're just below it. But we're on top of this building structure that's connected to the platforms. And we're just kind of scoping things out, checking things out, seeing where they're going. Now over here, I'm hoping that they're going to come this way because there's a hand right here. There's a scarab, and the host is going to chase the scarab and get snatched. Like right about now. Yep. And now it's our time to strike. Drop down. Hit him with a weapon art. I'm surprised that actually hit him. And check this out. Check that weapon art out. For the Ashes of War. I'm sorry. I like, DS3 term. Right there, we hit dude with the frostbite weapon art, Ashes of War, and hit the guy and the guy behind us as we step forward. Right there, also, another thing to note, the giant hands, they shoot little laser beams out, and if a host or phantom gets caught in it, they're stuck for a minute. I've actually bled people out doing that, and just completely killed them instantly. It's actually pretty amazing. So, right here, the group gets kind of split up. As you guys can see, the mage with the weeb sword is no longer with the two. No idea where he went, by the way. I think he had another giant hand on him by himself. I think he may have just thought he was good to deal with it. I don't know. Right here, me and Big Boy are squaring off. I'm trying to see if I can break his poise. Test to see if I can break his poise with my Reduvius. Obviously, I cannot. He just has too much poise. So I start targeting the host because he's playing a little bit too passive. So I bleed the host out, I believe, right there. The giant hand dies. And also, the mage wielding the weeby sword just died as well. So, we retreat, we back off. Come up the way. And we're just chilling. At first, I was going to go to this bush right here. And then he popped back out. So I was like, alright, well, never mind. We're going to go over here to this bush. We're going to hang out. We're going to camp. We're going to roast some marshmallows, you know what I mean? Make a little bit of s'mores. And then we're going to go to this bush. So don't be afraid to change up bushes whenever you're doing the whole, scoping out and things like that. Trying to be sneaky. You want the squad to not know where you are, So don't be afraid to do that. Just, be aware of kind of the direction in which they're going and how they're kind of playing. Right here, I think the host actually saw me and locked onto me inside the bush. So I come out, try to get a hit on him. He backs off. So now we're going to go after the Phantom. Hit him with the weapon art. And I'm actually very surprised that hit him from that length. That was crazy. And that was a lot of damage, by the way. Right here, we take out our poking stick, and he gets smashed by the hand. GG's, boys. Right here, we're up on the second part of the area. We're on the platforming. Now, like I said earlier, if you fall off this, you actually die. It doesn't matter. So that's one thing to take note of. I've actually killed quite a few phantoms because they got overly aggressive and just rolled off the ledge or something like that. And now we're dealing with a katana wielding weeb that uses quick step on it. Isn't that fun? That's always fun. I still don't like quick step, and I hate the fact that it's back. I was hoping that he would come in right there, because if he would have walked inside that mist, that snap freeze, that would have just destroyed his HP bar. Right there, by the way, this was a hunter, and he had on an item that looked like the host. So he dies. I come over, I give some L1 wiggles, you know, get my Estus back. If I would have known that, you know, I would have actually used an Estus or got more aggressive. However, the host is actually the one that's casting the pew-pews right now. So right here, we're trying to, you know, get in and try to attack the damn mage, because as long as the mage is alive or still able to spam spells, we're just going to continue to receive projectile hell, as we're doing right now. And we're trying to just get out of here, back off, because this way is the way that we have to go in order to get to the third area before the fog gate. So they start attacking the Godric spirits, Godric soldier spirits. They don't last very long, and the mage hits hard as hell. So we're gonna back off again. Right there, that's like the only, I believe that's the only other, yeah, that's the only other NPC in the mix with us. So what I decide is, screw this, I'm gonna go up the elevator, and I'm going to wait for them up top and ambush them up here, and just wait right here. As soon as they come out the door, they're gonna get caught. So we're just chilling, hanging out, right? It was for a while too. It was about 5-10 minutes. It took them not long just to come up the elevator, because they were just, I don't know what they were doing, but I was just chilling. And then check this out. The Phantom dies randomly. My guess right here. My guess, because the elevator is still up, that he got so antsy that he just ran right into the elevator hole and died. So right here, we just kind of poison the little host, and I even give him a chance to back off and heal, because I just wanted to mess with him a little bit more. Basically, I'm kind of playing with my food right here, not being very nice. And we're gonna bleed him out. Like a pig. Bleed like a pig. GG's, boys. Good game. So that's another thing to note. Elevators. You know, doing stuff like that can also play a part in whether or not how the invasion is going to go. You can take out 2 people. You can take out a full squad doing something like that, because they're not aware of what you just did, because you just ran off randomly. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid to retreat, guys. Seriously. Invasions are way different on Elden Ring than DS3 or DS2 or any of that stuff. People just hit stupidly hard, even at this level. You guys can see. Right here, we're scoping things out, being real sneaky. See my opportunity. They start attacking. You can hear the music whenever they start getting engaged in a fight with an NPC or something. Right here, we just take the opportunity to kill the host outright. That was just an opportunity that I could not pass up. Sorry. A little bit of edge right there at the end as we get blasted by solar beam or laser beam, soul stream, whatever. Right here, the host and the Phantom were actually right in front of me, so I ran over here, jumped inside of my little, bush, started camping. And then I started hearing them go around, just try to be sneaky, because you can actually go around a lot of these enemies right here and avoid them. And I knew that that's where they were going, because they had killed one enemy before coming up the ladder. So right here, we're just waiting patiently, and they're gonna be sneaking. Watch. Hello. And we come inside here, we smack the Phantom, get a little DPS check, see what our damage is looking like. It doesn't look like it's overly stupidly strong, but it seems like we do okay damage. Your little L1 wiggles, you know. And right here, I kind of botch things up. Lock on or tracking, I don't know. Look at this. Just poke right past them, fall down. And right here, I think a blue pops in as well, but the blue will never make it over here. I think, and these guys tried running to the fog wall, by the way, so I stopped that real quick. However, so that blue, like I said, he doesn't even get a chance to even get over here. So I'm thinking that blues have same screwed up spawn points as reds sometimes. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, in this area, some reds, sometimes I get spawned at the very bottom or lower area at the very beginning of the manor. And the squad will actually be up here in the third area fighting all these guys trying to get to the fog wall. And yeah, and then you got to run all the way up here just to get up here. So that's what I'm talking about. So right here, we're trying to apply as much pressure as we can to the yellow because he just messed up. And these guys right here with the crossbows do not play. These boys are ready for war. They're ready to just destroy health bars. And we come in, dice up the yellow real quick, leave him out with the Reduvias. It's just me and the host now. We're gonna take out our dirty poking stick, get them applied with some poison, some of that good slow poison real quick. And right here you see me using the offhand Reduvias. So that's one thing to note as well, guys. So whenever you're using a offhand weapon, you can actually use the weapon art of the right hand weapon. So, and you can do light attacks with the offhand weapon. However, the one thing that you can't do with the offhand weapon, and right here he tried the fog wall, but he tried to go behind the fog wall. So GG's boys, good games. But one thing that you cannot do is use the offhand weapons Ashes of War. You can do the right hand weapons, but you just can't do the offhand weapons. That's the one downside. But the Reduvias in the offhand makes it to where it's a nice mix up, and it applies pressure to anybody who's trying to turtle up, which turtling is pretty strong in Elden Ring from what I've noticed anyways. It's more strong for the squads than the invader himself, of course. So right here we're kind of being sneaky. As you guys could see, they're coming up. I ducked down. I was below the bushes. They were not able to see me, right? And right here, I saw it, or I just guessed, because I didn't hear them attacking these guys, that they were going around. They were going the sneaky way around. So we're going to meet them right there at the spot where we met the last guys. And we're just going to chill here. Sorry about that, guys. By the way, I was sick for like 4 or 5 days, so that was the reason why I haven't been putting out content or anything like that, just so you guys know. And hello, what's going on, guys? So I'm trying to get a DPS check in, see what kind of damage we're doing, and I'm being a little too aggressive here, so we back off. However, I'm going to see here in a second what kind of damage I do, because I'm going to smack this guy, which is not great. And I'm like, okay. And one thing to note as well, that guy, that yellow, he is poised out. I mean, extremely poised out. And I'm not going to understand why I'm not breaking him until it's too late. But I try using the Reduvia daggers on him and trying, basically just trying to blend them out. Bleed him out, sorry. Blend them out. Right here, these guys don't know that they aggroed an NPC, which is what I wanted. However, I was not prepared for that host's damage output from that Ashes of War. That shit was ridiculous. Right here, I'm about to see it again, and I'm getting too greedy. I was just trying to break him. I finally broke him, and then I got hit with the host's Ashes of War and died. GG's. I mean, it is what it is. You gotta learn. And One thing I've learned is whenever I see certain types of armor sets, is if they look beefy, because it's kind of hard to tell, but if they look beefy, using two daggers, power stance daggers, is just not going to break them. It's kind of like DS2 in that regard. You got to two-hand your weapon in order to break their poise. Right here, I saw the host. He was alone. So I was like, well, 9 out of 10 times, a host is never alone. I've had 2 occasions where that's happened out of this entire time of me invading and all that. So I was like, nah, he's got a phantom somewhere, right? So right here, I'm sitting here, I'm waiting for them because they have to come this way to actually progress through the area. So what I'm noticing is, like, I'm just basically scoping them out, stalking them, and they drop down inside here. You know, I'm up here in the crow's nest again, and they're down inside the building because they took the ladder down. They don't have the door open. Oh, they just aggroed the hand. Now's my time to strike. Jump down from the crow's nest there. Come in. First, we try to target the host. He rolls back inside, so we're like, screw this. The phantom heals, and we just try to stay on him as much as possible. Try to apply a frostbite. He's frostbitten, and the hand just runs his ass over. Now, the host, he's not trying to deal with any of that, and I don't blame him. So he starts running back to the very beginning of the area. So we're trying to just chase him down right here. He turns into a total track star. Look at this shit. Forrest Gump would be proud. So we get over here, trying to apply some poison real quick. We got poison applied. Take out our saw again. Start trying to apply some frostbite, a little bit of bleed at the same time. There we go, frostbitten. Now, right here, I'm going to notice, and it's too late, but I get hit with that Reduvius weapon art, and it does so much bleed that I bleed out before he bleeds out. And host gets a little cheeky teabag, and it's like, okay. But my homie over here, Mr. Hand, he don't like that shit, so he's just going to end you real quick. But karma, bish. So this guy right here is like a fucking straight up tank. I mean, he's like a poised monster right here. You can tell. I mean, and he's fat rolling too. However, he's got so much poise, I cannot deal with him in terms of just, two-handing Reduvius. I can't do it. So I'm two-handing the saw because I can break his poise with the saw. Also, I don't even know if I'll even break his poise with the rapier. So we're using the saw, and right now I'm trying to inflict some poison because these guys are ultra passive. They have everything killed. Everything is killed up top. They have not aggroed the giant down at the bottom, however. So that's where I'm at right now. That's why I'm down here, and these guys won't come forward at all because the giant's behind me, and they're trying not to aggro him, which is not very hard to do. I mean, it's actually very easy to go around the giant as long as you just don't initially get in his sights. So more passivity, really. And I'm just trying to get these guys to hit the giant, really. Which will happen here in a minute. Give a little L1 wiggles. Try to get me to come up. Now I start trying to apply some bleed. And for some reason, I haven't learned at this point, but it's like, don't try to fight these big guys with, power stance daggers. They just have too much poise. You cannot break them. So, host is now casting pew pews, of course, and that's the pew pew that's right here, right here. This is what we wanted. Roll into him. There we go. Now, the giant's in the mix. Now's the time to run up, which is what I'm doing. Back off a little bit. You guys got to remember, like I said earlier, watch out for this damn giant. He will mess you guys up too. Now this guy has that multi-slash Ashes of War, and there's no way I'm breaking his... There we go. Finally broke his poise. The running attack did do it, and right there I got smacked by the giant, like I said. Almost cost me the invasion. We're trying to get as much damage on these guys as we can, but we got frostbite. There we go. But we get interrupted by the mage who's shooting the stupid little wave. Now, we're taking out the S-Stock because we're going to try to apply some poison. And right here I see my chance. I'm taking it. Kill the host. Do a little teabag action to the Phantom to let him know that he failed his host. And yeah, guys, don't be afraid to retreat and things like that. Like I said before, I think I said that earlier. Don't be afraid to retreat, guys. Seriously, things are different over here on Elden Ring. You have to have at least 1 or 2 people taking their eyes off you in order to really do anything. And right here, we're running up. See him fighting. For some reason, this blue was already in here. I don't even believe that he even got summoned whenever I was in this world. So he was already in this world, which means that there was a red at some point in the world that I did not know about, or he died before I got in here. So the blue has been in here, trying to see if he'll run into that weapon, the Ashes of War, which he didn't. And he's got quick step on his wing sight. He gets caught by the hand. I'm trying to deal damage through the hand. Not long enough, halberd, unfortunately, and we were not able to apply any kind of pressure to him while he got caught by the hand's little spell there. So you'll see some poise right here in a second, or some hyper armor. Check this out. Look at this. Oh, baby, that was amazing. Look at that shit. L1 waggles to the blue. GG's, guys. Good game. Right here, we're back inside of our bush, just camping it out, you know what I mean? Having a good time. Telling some, bonfire stories, campfire stories. So, again, these guys are trying to go around. So, I'm going to head them off. Make sure they don't get over to this side, or at least get caught, or make some kind of ruckus while they get over here. Hello! And he barely smacks me out of it. I still get my buff on, and there's some little bit of lag or something there. I don't know if that was poise or what, but that yellow did not get staggered at all. So we're gonna two-hand it. We're gonna two-hand the saw now. Get some pressure in on that. By the way, the running attack of the saw is amazing. The fact that it's a poke, oh, I love it. Love it. There we go. Frostbitten, nice. Gonna take out the poison now because he's a giant yellow turtle. Trying to get that poison proc. We almost get it. And then he heals. There we go. Get the poison off. Like I said, that was a little bit of lag. It looks really weird. And then he gets smashed by the giant. Now, tell me what the host is about to do. Just guess. Just guess, guys. What's he about to do? Hit that fog wall. Just fog walled me. First fog wall that I received on Elden Ring. GG's. So these guys, I was scoping them out for a minute, and then I came up the stairs because they had everything killed, so I'm just going to run past them. I didn't know how much they had killed, so I was just like, well, screw it. They already got the giant killed, so that was a big asset gone in this area. So we're just going to come up here. We saw that they still haven't dealt with the S-Stock Expo boys. So we're going to just post up shop right here. Just chill for a minute, vibe, and then a blue comes in, which then I end up try to apply as much pressure and poison on this guy, which I do end up doing. Now, one thing I want to take note of, or at least give you guys a heads up on, don't be afraid to use the NPCs on this game. Don't be. I'm going to tell you guys that right now. You need somebody to share the aggression, or at least keep somebody occupied while you try to take somebody out. It's almost a necessity, or it's like you can't do it without it. Dealing with a little bit of lag there. There we go. Cleared it up. His connection cleared up. His potato fucking is running fine. And we're gonna kill the mage in front of this man. Just outright slaughter him. Now, what's he gonna do? He's gonna start running, right? Alright. bad news. He hasn't killed some of the NPCs right here at the beginning. So now he's got a giant ass wolf on him as well as myself. So now he's dealing with me and the wolf. I'm going to try to apply some frostbite here, get the frostbite nice. And here in a minute, I'm going to take out our filthy poking stick and poke the shit out of him. Get a little bit of poison, slow melting poison on. There we go. There we go. And one thing to take note of as well, guys, is that S-Stock or Rapier kind of is a must, or at least something that does a poke for chasing somebody down. You got to have it. And right here, he's kind of like caught in the middle between me and the wolf. So we're going to take out the Rapier again. Tries to hit us with that dragon, spell, and we're like, nah. GG's, boys. Good game.